Have you ever wondered where civilization actually began? Not just the pyramids, not ancient Greece, but the real first people who built cities, wrote down their thoughts, told stories older than memory itself? Today, we're traveling back over 6,000 years to the edge of recorded time to uncover the rise and mysterious fall of humanity's very first civilization. And believe me, what happened to them will change how you see history forever. Stick around, because by the end, you'll see that the roots of everything we know lie in a world that's almost been forgotten. Our story begins in a land we now call Iraq, in a region known as Mesopotamia, the land between the rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates. Here in the cradle of civilization, a people called the Sumerians built something the world had never seen before: the first real cities, not villages, not camps. Cities complete with temples, palaces, laws, markets, and written language. Names like Uruk, Eridu, and Lagash echo faintly through the corridors of time. At their height, these cities housed tens of thousands of people surrounded by miles of irrigated farmland. Thousands of years before the Roman Forum, before the Great Wall of China, before the mighty pyramids, the Sumerians were already dreaming, building, and writing history's first words. The achievements of the Sumerians are nothing short of astonishing. They invented cuneiform, the world's first system of writing, pressed into clay tablets using a reed stylus. They developed one of the earliest known forms of government, ruled by kings and councils. They built ziggurats, massive step temples reaching toward the heavens, precursors to the pyramids to come. They invented the wheel, not just for carts, but for pottery. They divided the hour into 60 minutes, a system we still use today. They developed advanced irrigation, allowing agriculture to flourish even in the harsh, dry climate. And they didn't just survive, they thrived. By around 3000 BCE, Sumer was a constellation of powerful city-states, each with its own ruler, its own patron god, and its own ambitions. Uruk, ruled by the semi-mythical king Gilgamesh, is believed to have been the largest city in the world at the time, and may have had as many as 80,000 inhabitants. To put that in perspective, that's larger than most medieval cities thousands of years later. But what was life actually like in Sumer? Imagine a world of bustling markets, where merchants traded wool, grain, and pottery, where farmers tended barley fields and artisans shaped intricate jewelry from lapis lazuli brought from distant lands. Imagine streets lined with mud brick houses, dusty courtyards where children played, and towering ziggurats that loomed like mountains over the flat plains. In the temples, priests conducted complex rituals, trying to appease a pantheon of unpredictable gods. Gods who controlled the floods, the harvests, the fate of kings. Education was highly prized. For the elite, scribes trained for years to master the thousands of cuneiform signs needed to record contracts, prayers, and royal decrees. It was a society already layered with classes, from kings and priests at the top to farmers and laborers to enslaved people at the bottom. And it was a society constantly aware of the fragility of life. In their literature, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Sumerians wrestled with questions of death, legacy, and the meaning of human existence. Questions we still ask today. But no civilization stands forever. Despite their brilliance, the Sumerians faced challenges that would slowly erode their power. First, there was the problem of warfare. Sumer was never a unified empire. City-states like Uruk, and Lagash often fought brutal wars over territory, water rights, and political dominance. Kings built walls around their cities, but those walls couldn't always protect them from each other. Then came the environmental problems. Sumerian agriculture depended on intricate irrigation canals. But over time, poor water management led to salinization. Salt from the irrigation water built up in the soil, poisoning the fields. Crop yields dropped. Famine loomed. Meanwhile, external enemies were watching. To the north, the Akkadians, a Semitic-speaking people, grew in power. In around 2334 BCE, a man named Sargon of Akkad rose to prominence. He conquered the Sumerian city-states one by one, creating what many historians call the world's first empire. The glory of independent Sumerian cities faded under Akkadian rule. But the Sumerians weren't finished yet. After the Akkadian Empire collapsed, likely due to a combination of internal rebellion, drought, and external invasions, Sumer experienced a brief resurgence. The third dynasty of Ur, also known as the Neo-Sumerian Renaissance, saw cities rebuilt, art flourish, and law codes formalized. Kings like Ur-Nammu created some of the earliest known legal systems, predating Hammurabi's famous code by centuries. For a moment, it seemed that Sumer might reclaim its ancient glory. But history had other plans. New waves of migrants, known to us as the Amorites, gradually moved into Mesopotamia. The power of Sumer weakened. City-states were abandoned. The political center of Mesopotamia shifted north, toward Babylon and Assyria. By around 2000 BCE, Sumer as a distinct cultural and political entity had ceased to exist. The people didn't vanish overnight. Their traditions, language, and innovations were absorbed into the broader fabric of Mesopotamian civilization. But the great cities of Sumer, Uruk, Eridu, Lagash, crumbled into ruins. Their gods were forgotten, their stories buried. It would be thousands of years before modern archaeologists uncovered their clay tablets and realized just how much we owe to this vanished world. And make no mistake, we are still living in the world that Sumer built. Every time you tell a story, you walk a path first laid down by the scribes of Uruk. Every time you check the clock, you rely on the Sumerian system of 60. Every time you sign a contract, you echo the transactions etched into clay 6,000 years ago. Sumer's greatest gift wasn't just technology or art. It was the idea that human beings could shape the world around them, build cities, organize laws, record knowledge, and pass that knowledge down through the generations. Without Sumer, there might be no history at all. When we think of lost civilizations, we often imagine Atlantis or mythical kingdoms lost beneath the sea, but the real first civilization, the one that truly built the foundations of the modern world, rose from the muddy banks of two great rivers. It flourished, it faltered, and then, like everything in time, it faded. Yet if you listen closely, you can still hear their echoes in every city skyline, in every library, in every human dream of building something that will last beyond our own brief lives. The Sumerians are gone, but their spirit endures in all of us. And if you enjoyed uncovering the story of humanity's first civilization, you won't want to miss our latest deep dive into another empire that almost changed the course of history. Check out our new video, The Empire That Took on the World and Almost Won, where we explore the incredible rise and fall of Japan during the Second World War and how close they came to reshaping the modern world. The link is on screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.